Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It does mean a lot, and even more so in the times that we're in because of this beer virus. I want to start off with saying I know I haven't made any content lately, and that's because for those of you that don't know, and I don't think any of you know actually, except for maybe one or two of you out there, that my career is in the field of emergency management. So not only am I blessed that I'm still working in these times, but not only that, I am working quite a bit more. My schedule is about 12 hours a day, so you'll have to excuse me. I haven't had much energy or time to make any watch content. I am very passionate about it, but you know, any free time I've had lately, guys, has been gone to spend some time with my wife and really just to rest and recuperate and start over again the next day. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be going over two dive watches. My newest acquisition, the Tudor Black Bay Burgundy ETA version. And we're going to be talking about the Rolex Sea-Dweller 50th anniversary, the SD43. And we're also going to be doing just a little watch catch up and some watch talk and see what's going on with the market and how this beer virus is affecting it, if at all. But before we do, see what I'm wearing. And today I have on my Rolex GMT Master 2 BLNR Batman Batgirl. Love this watch, guys. And if you can see there in the center, yeah, it is all scratched up already. Not horribly, not any deep gouges, but I know in the past I've shown this watch. I haven't shown it close up enough, but yeah, guys, I wear these watches, and that center link is a scratch magnet in the clasp. There is nothing you can do. Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty much all of it, but I don't care. I bought this watch to enjoy it and love it, and I was lucky enough to be able to purchase it at MSRP from my Rolex authorized dealer. So, all right, so let's get into a little watch catch up and what's going on with the market. So, you know, with the little free time that I've had, I am a watch degenerate and I love watches, and I have scoured the market to see if there's any deals out there. I am very fortunate and very lucky enough to be able to possibly jump on something if an opportunity presents itself. But I've looked at Fleabay, I've looked at Chrono 24, I've looked at Joma Shop, I've looked at a bunch of others, and yes, you know, it's gone down prices a tiny bit, maybe 10% from what I've seen, but for the most part, there's really no deals to be had on any Rolexes, not really any Tudors as well. The only thing that I did see the other day, which I thought was a fantastic deal. So if you guys are in the market for a Tudor, I believe it's the P01, Joma Shop actually has a sale on it right now, a Mother's Day sale for $2,995 American dollars. So just under 3,000 USD for it, which I think is quite the deal to be had. So there was that. It doesn't speak to me, so I had no desire to purchase it, but I thought I'd pass that along in case anyone was lusting after that watch or had it on their radar. But, you know, other than that, guys, yeah, you know, the subs maybe have gone down, the Rolex subs, a tiny bit. They're not going for 11,000 anymore for the Submariner date. You know, you can get them maybe for around 95, 10,000 USD, you know. The BLNR, it has gone down a little bit. I think it's around maybe 12.5 you can get it for now. So, you know, maybe about $1,000 down. You know, the Pepsi, the GMT Pepsi version, the other version of this has gone down a little bit, but not really much, maybe around 16. I think it was at a high of around 18.5 or 19, but you know, that was always probably going to go down a little bit. It's not like a Daytona. And yeah, the Daytonas, guys, I mean, you know, they've gone down minute in price. I mean, very little, hardly anything at all, which is a little surprising. But for the white dial Daytona, you're still looking at, I think, 22 or 23 American for brand new. The black dials maybe drop down to around 20, 21. But yeah, guys, everyone's holding strong, and nobody really wants to sell off their watches, it looks like, during this pandemic. And, I, for one, had made a video in the past thinking that, around this time, people were going to be selling off their pieces for quite a bit of a discount. But as of right now, it hasn't happened, and people are waiting it out. And you know what? I applaud everyone for doing so. And, it's better than littering the market with Rolex or Tudors or Omegas or whatever it may be. So I'm kind of glad to see that, and glad to see I was wrong. But, we'll see how much longer this pandemic lasts. I hope it's over relatively quickly here. In Chicago, unfortunately, we have extended our stay at home, our shelter in place through the 30th of May. So it looks like we have over another month of sheltering in here. Obviously, that doesn't apply to myself, as I'm working more than ever in the emergency management field. But for the rest of us, like my wife and other people, I know it's taking a toll, and people are getting stir crazy. But it really needs to be done so we don't spread this beer virus around, guys. So I applaud everyone and thank everyone for doing their part in sheltering and not trying to spread this horrible, horrible beer disease. But with that said, guys, let's get into these two different lovely dive watches, the Rolex and the Tudor. And after owning this one for over a month now, and I have been wearing it to work and other places, is it worth splurging for the Rolex, or should you just go for the Tudor? Well, let's jump into the Rolex here first. So the fit and finish on a Rolex is much better than the Tudor, in my opinion. And, I think that goes most likely without saying. But, the Tudor, especially this ETA version, sorry, I'm doing this around noon, so you can't see that beautiful rose there. You're starting to get a glimpse of it, but you do see that lovely smiley face down there. The fit and finish is much better. The Tudor reminds me of Rolex of yesteryear, the 5 digits, the fit and finish of it is wonderful, and it's more of a tool watch, in my opinion. And now, after owning that Tudor and now owning, multiple Rolexes, these definitely are more of getting away from tool watches and are more of luxury items. The fit and finish on them is beautiful. The bezel action, get ready. I mean, that is just butter. It is butterly smooth, beautiful to operate. You can hear every click, feel it. I mean, it just feels like excellence and constructed beautifully. You can see the date magnification there is beautiful. The lume is gorgeous. The dial is exquisite. The red writing just adds, if I can get in there, that touch of class. Obviously, you can see I have a Mark II dial. Was the Swiss made and the crown in between. But, the platinum indices, it's just, I'm very happy with this watch, and I don't think I'll ever sell it. But is it worth spending this one? MSRP in American dollars is $11,700. And the Tudor, which I picked up secondhand for $3,000 USD, I believe had a retail MSRP at the time of $3,425. I'm not exactly sure about the 25, but I know it was 3,400 and some change. But is it worth spending, three times the amount to get the Rolex? And I'll say this: if you are lusting after a Rolex, yes, it is, because this is a wonderful, wonderful watch. You can hear the bezel action there. Oh, I mean, it sounds like almost like a gun firing. Very snappy, very loud, very clicky. It sounds and feels beautiful. And you can see that beautiful pebble textury dial. Well, let's see if, there we go, a little bit there. got the sun coming out in the background, so it's actually helping me for once. But is it worth it? I think absolutely, because while this is very nice, I don't think I could have it as my only piece, because I am a Rolex fanboy, for those of you that know, and there's just something to be said about the fit and finish and feel and quality of a Rolex. Tudor is wonderful. Tudor is great. I will say these black bays, this black bay particularly, the ETA version, put Tudor back on the map. And I think if you already own a Rolex, a couple of Omegas, maybe some JLC, whatever it may be, a Tudor is an excellent complement to some quality pieces that you have. But in my opinion, guys, and this is only if you really, really want a Rolex, do not buy the Tudor thinking that it will satisfy that desire, because it won't. With that said, I love this watch and I am growing more and more attached to it every day. But if you really, really want a Rolex, do not settle for the Tudor. Save up, and if maybe this is a little out of your reach, get the Rolex Submariner, the date version or the non-date. I have had the Rolex Submariner date version and foolishly sold it, which was a mistake, but that's for another video. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. It was wonderful catching up with you guys. I hope you stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.